Okay, everybody, this is the first time I've ever done this kind of thing, and this is actually for a serious cause, something that I usually don't do. I am doing this from Indiegogo project, and this is for something I am calling Stop Ray Now. We're putting him behind bars. And the reason we're doing this is because we have somebody running through the neighborhood. He is an habitual criminal. And the story, low down and dirty, is this. We have a young man in the neighborhood. His name is Amos Wallace, no relation and to me, and he has been victimized by Raymond Martineau. Ray Martineau has victimized most of us at one time or another. He has stolen from people. He is a pathological liar. He will come and tell people that his mother has died and done things like this, and he has no compunction about crying about his mother's death when she's alive and well, just to get money out of people. He deals crack. He will push people to the limits in terms of getting money from them, and now everybody's kind of onto him, and he's dangerous. He is dangerous. I have suspicion that he is complicit in someone's death, and I've written of this before in my blog. Well, the situation is this. Mr. Wallace is a day laborer, and Mr. Wallace let me back up. Ray stole, it's on videotape, we're not on a witch hunt here. Mr. Wallace had a giant Buccaneers sign stolen from him, and it's worth several $100s, about $300. It was caught on videotape. We got Ray behind bars. It took a concerted effort. Ray was an FBI informant at one time. Tampa police were hesitant to arrest him for that reason, but he did something wrong because he never could stay on the straight and narrow, and he ended up being behind bars. He originally had a $10,000 bail on him. They got that reduced to $1,000. He's now back out on the streets. He keeps trying to push the trial back. The trial is now been set for June the 4th. Again, reset, and we're afraid that Mr. Wallace is going to drop all charges once again. This will happen with some other victim. What I am proposing to do, and I've done this with I've talked to other people in my neighborhood, is I'm going to set up an Indiegogo project. I'm going to be kind of shaking the tree limbs and going around and knocking on doors, internet doors, to see if we can't possibly raise the equivalent of $12 an hour for Mr. Wallace, so if he has to miss work and show up at the trial to give testimony against Mr. Ray Martineau, to keep him in jail where he belongs. We'll keep him behind bars for a year or two. So it's a $500 Indiegogo. I don't have any perks to offer. I'm throwing this together at the last moment. We need to do something because he is dangerous. I believe that he is responsible for the death of a man. I fell down once, and it really says something. It was the last bad fall that I ever had, and I started to get back on my feet. A pimp and a drug dealer picked me up, and Ray stood there and looked at me. I mean, that's how cold-blooded he is. So, if you would be so kind, I will have the link out there, and then I'll be talking to everyone. And it really is important. I don't have a lot of money. We don't have a lot of money, but this is a way since the jury system really doesn't seem to really give a shit or a damn about really, and they can't, they're so overwhelmed. It's going to have to be citizens like us and people who do care to see that we get these people off the streets. It really is unconscionable that we have people who are habitual criminals running around. And he may not have killed anybody yet, but he's on the path. So I thank you for your time, and I thank you for your consideration. And if you can't donate, I really understand. It's a hard time, and anything, even just considering it or looking at it, spread this to your friends. Let's see what we can do to get a bad guy off the streets for a while. He needs a timeout. Sometimes I do too, but that's another issue. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.